Happy Friday. You guys have made it. We're almost to the weekend, and it sounds like we have a chilly weekend ahead.
A chilly start to the weekend, but it gets a little bit better once we get into the latter part of the weekend and into early next week as far as temperatures are concerned. The only bad news, Lauren, with the next 7 days is that there's not a whole lot of rain chances in the forecast. So let's get into it, talk about this morning. It's a cold one out there. The good news is pinpoint Doppler showing dry conditions here across all of eastern Kentucky. And as we take over to Moorhead with our weather cam, of course, sun will begin to rise here shortly at 7:09 this morning. But notice on the roadways, no problems out there. But maybe getting into your car before you hit the roadways, that could be the issue. Reason being, we have a frost advisory for a good chunk of eastern Kentucky, and that goes until mid-morning. That's because temperatures continue to drop off this morning into the upper 20s in some spots. Yes, you're right. Upper 20s, that's what I said. 27 over in Monticello, 28 in Middlesboro. We're seeing 32 in Harlan. But notice on the ridge tops, a little bit warmer. Still a cold morning, but readings dropping into the low 40s in Moorhead, 42 in Jackson, and 44 degrees over in Pikeville. Bus stop forecast for the kids, all the winter necessities, a must to stay warm at the bus stop this morning. A temperature around 37 degrees under mostly clear skies. But this afternoon, it's a cool but pleasant afternoon and really a nice way to wrap up the work week. And it turns out to be a really nice Veterans Day. Temperatures top out at 60 degrees. But notice some cloud cover begins to build in by early to mid-afternoon. That will continue through this evening. And that is because we have a cold front that's taking aim at the Commonwealth. Now, there's not a lot of cloud cover with this cold front, and there's no rainfall. It's a moisture-starved cold front, at least the part that will begin to work south and eastward across the Commonwealth. So we're not expecting any rainfall. It's what's behind this is what we're keeping an eye on. That's a chilly shot of air, and I'll talk about that here in just a moment. Future view as we track out the next 48 hours for you. We started off at 7 o'clock this evening. That cold front continues to push through southeastern Kentucky into tonight. Notice some of the cloud cover sticks around, but we begin to clear things out. That's because high pressure moves in by early Saturday morning, takes control of our weather this weekend, bringing lots of sunshine for your Saturday afternoon. Just some drier and cooler air begins to set up shop across the mountains. Highs into your Saturday only reach the lower 50s. But notice what happens. High pressure pushes eastward across the Virginias. That allows winds to shift more from the south and southwest, pulling in some warmth that will help warm us back up into your Sunday. Now, as far as the conditions are concerned, for the wildfires, it's not good news. We have a severe drought now that much of eastern and southeastern Kentucky has been placed under, and high pressure overhead that brings dry conditions. So the threat for wildfires remains on the high side as we head throughout this weekend and really into early next week. 7-day forecast shows temperatures rebounding nicely into your Sunday afternoon. Low 60s expected. And notice low 60s stick around all the way through this time next week. Just the bad news is we're not tracking any substantial rain chances as we head throughout the next 7 days. Let's get that fourth and final check of the refrigerator art this morning. See what we have behind the magnets. Love showcasing all the wonderful artwork from the kids here across eastern Kentucky. A nice photo sent in from Zoe over at Osborne Elementary. Time now 6:45. You're watching Mountain News this morning right here on WYMT.